on, keep on, keep on, keep on running, keep on running, and I'm gonna keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on.
Peace, beloved, peace. It's your homie, Young Content, the unofficial sensei of the culture, mastering youthfulness and contentment and NFTs. And is a I have a very special guest in the building, in the dojo, the unique network himself. I know it's a big network, Alexandar Mikrovich. Welcome to the dojo. So happy to have you. I've been wanting you to talk to you for the longest, ever since I got my first Substrapunk. What's going on?
Hey everybody! Hey, having fun and enjoying life.
Are you having fun?
Basically.
I know you're working. You're busy man. You're a world tour, traveling all over the world.
Confucius said, choose your profession, do what you love to do, and you won't have to work the day of your life. So, that's basically the way it is for me now.
I love that. Welcome to the show. How was your day?
Great to be here. Long day. It's 9 p.m. in Moscow. Still working. Still doing stuff. So
hopefully you had a good supper. Maybe have some potatoes and whatever.
No, sushi.
Sushi. This is a sushi guy. So yeah, I wanted to ask you, first off, what is the Unique Network? I know the Unique Network is special to a lot of people like myself, all my Substrapunks homies. I ended up getting your first ever NFT, 5 months ago. Everyone was super excited. That started as an experiment, and you guys won KUSAMA. So a lot of people...
That was 11 months ago.
11? Oh my God.
August last year, yeah.
Wow. Can you tell the people that don't know what the Unique Network is, just like the elevator pitch of what that is?
Sure. It's next generation NFT chain for tokenizing unique assets for KUSAMA and Polkadot, the most powerful NFT chain out there.
Wow, that's bold. That's bold. I know Vitalik would say something to that.
He'll agree.
That's good. That's good to know. A lot of people in the space are always, with the NFT boom of, January. You guys are kind of under the radar. Do you guys like it that way? I feel like with all these connections that you guys are making, you really are rising to the top with the Unique Network.
Well, I don't think we are under the radar anymore. We were for a long time, and that was on purpose because we wanted to build something first and then get above the radar. But now we have already 10,000 strong community, and very soon we're going to start kind of getting close to launch. So we're going to start soon kind of getting the word out there and really increasing the light on us.
Nice. I like your shirt. I need one of those. You see that? That's a nice
I
shirt.
actually got one today from Greg. He got them made here with our designer, and this is the first time wearing it. So
I know you're getting tired of hearing people saying when ICO or IDO, that token launch is going to be amazing. I'm definitely going to get my hands on it.
Very, very soon. The thing is, we went through the ICO boom in 2017, and back then I said to myself, if we ever launch a blockchain or do something like that, we will do a token sale and launch when the chain is ready and when it's live, or kind of right around there, depending on kind of situation. But I believe that blockchains tokens should be utility tokens. They should be used, and for that you need to have a live chain. So we're preparing for that.
Yeah, I have a lot of NFTs in my collection that are just collecting dust, and people are just flipping NFTs now, PFPs, profile pictures of ducks and apes and cats. And what do you think about the entire space that you're involved in? What do you think about just the boom and just the generative art and what you guys are doing over there?
Well, NFT space now is all about the collectibles market. Okay, that's basically how far the current blockchain infrastructure can take it. It's not about people lacking creativity in things. It's just that that's the way technology is today. It cannot do much On Ethereum, you can basically make a file, mint a file, and sell the file, and maybe just a little bit more. There are a few good exceptions. I love what Sandbox has done. I like what Axie Infinity is doing and so on, but there's just a few exceptions. Otherwise, the technology is capable of handling that collectibles business. And our job is to make technology that is much more powerful and flexible, that can handle much more than that. That's what we are after.
I know we're gonna touch on that more. I wanted to ask you a real personal question. I always start with all my guests. Don't get weird, but what do you love to do? Like, what does Alexander love to do? Like, in your heart of hearts, what do you truly love to do?
Oh, I like to travel. Okay, I've been to, I don't know, I haven't counted, but I think it's more than 100 countries. I love to spend time with my family. Definitely, I have 2 sons and a wife, and kind of parents. Thanks God, and so on. Although I lived all my life in different countries, and all my family and friends are across the globe. So that makes it much more special for me to combine the 2 things: travel and kind of meet all the friends and family. I like to create. So what we're doing with Unique is really playing my strengths well. We've been doing blockchain stuff for 5 years. I've been in the IT industry for 20 years, and the space that we have chosen for us, the NFT space, is just awesome. So it really inspires me to do stuff. I can't wait for us to launch, and for me to start focusing on helping different projects to kind of conceptualize and to go live. So that part of things is what excites me a lot. And I like tennis. I used to play it a lot. Yeah, now I mostly watch it, but my countryman is the best player in the world for the longest period of time. Starting to be the best player of all time. So it makes me proud.
So that's awesome to hear. You love tennis. You love creating. I feel like you're creating you're really creating the metaverse blocks that we're going to be using in utility inside these certain applications. I think Unique Network doesn't get enough credit. That's why I'm a big fan. Can you talk? Someone asked, can NFTs be launched on Unique?
Oh yeah, of course. And launched. Anybody can launch NFTs. In Ethereum, you just do a smart contract. In Unique, that's a native transaction. Basically, we have a transaction create mint NFT.
Nice. Why did you choose to go to the Polkadot ecosystem and not maybe like the Solana, or why Polkadot or ADA or?
We've been in the blockchain space developing on all kinds of blockchains for like 4 or 5 years. And we tried many of them. We did some NFT stuff on Ethereum for others, and we did a little bit of work on Cosmos's NFT module. But when we worked on Polkadot for more than 2 years now, Substrate, and we understood that it is the most powerful and the most flexible blockchain technology out there. So completely next generation. I mean, you see my white hair. I've been around IT for a long time. I can recognize the next generation of technology when I see it, and the Substrate definitely is that.
Wow. What does Substrate do for all my layman's out there? I know that it's very powerful. Substrate.
Well, so Substrate is basically the platform, the programming platform language that is used to create KUSAMA, Polkadot, Unique Network, and Moonbeam, or any other Substrate chain. And the reason it's different, okay, it's powerful. Okay, we can talk about scalability, we can talk about all the different technical things that it has. But for us, what's interesting is the flexibility part. because NFTs are basically representation of unique assets, and anything unique needs a lot of flexibility in it. So, for example, it starts from the top and kind of goes all the way down. My favorite actually thing is, you know how in Ethereum, basically, if you compare Ethereum today and Ethereum 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whenever it launched, it's very much the same. There's very few differences, okay? There's kind of very few things that they've managed to change. And that's how most of the blockchains are. What Substrate allows you to do is to make blockchain, like all the other software, keep up with times. So you can do forkless upgrades as often as you like. KUSAMA does them every week. You can do them every day. You can do them 10 times a day if you like. The point is that the software is pretty much like any other software out there. It keeps improving. So that is extremely important for what we are doing.
Does it keep improving because that's what you built into it, or you have the big team that like Gavin and all the Bruno and all these people that are just really invested in this? Why does it keep updating itself?
Because it has technically it has what no other blockchains have. Tezos kind of has that, but it's very little. Is ability to do forkless upgrades, which means you can add to the blockchain any new thing you want to do. So, for example, with Bruno, you mentioned Bruno, okay? His Remark team is doing something incredible. They're making nested NFTs. So we're kind of helping them a little bit and to create a nested NFTs palette, which will enable anybody to create what he's done with Canary things, nested NFTs that own other NFTs and all that stuff. Now that's going to be a palette, separate piece of software, okay, that needs to go into the blockchain in order for it to work. In Polkadot, you can do that. And it's, fairly seamless, easy. Again, KUSAMA does that every week. They add software to the core blockchain. You cannot do that on Ethereum. In Ethereum, you make, difficulty change, there's a big deal. They make kind of small piece of change in the way mining rewards are distributed. You can do one of those a year if everybody votes for it and things like that. Here, it's much it's much more efficient. So it's basically, you just like any other, website, they keep adding stuff. They keep changing things. They keep adding new functionality.
Wow. When it comes down to nesting, I know I have 2 Canaria eggs, and they're very precious to me. I got one because I hold a Substrapunk, and they're doing something called a fair drop. Now, you telling me that you've helped Bruno build that whole thing together, like come together, like kind of unified?
No, actually, they did that by themselves. We are now helping them a little bit. They're doing most of the work to get what they've built on unique. That's the part where our kind of technical help is needed. But not much of it. That team knows very well what they're doing.
Nice. So would you say that unique is like the rock star NFT of the KUSAMA space? I mean, I know you're a humble man, but it's it's the first, and it's something that should be accredited, and I think it's going to, in the next 10 years, you're going to start seeing, it's going to set a precedent. You're going to talk about, you're going to look at this 10 years from now, and like, wow, that all these collectibles, what they're doing, they're evolving. Would you say that?
I hope so. We have built what is today the most powerful NFT chain. It has the stuff that no other chain has, and that enables a lot of innovation to happen. And I really hope that our efforts now, it's developer community building, are successful, and that we bring tons of innovation. So my biggest dream for now, that it's immediate, that is kind of something we're going to work on heavily, is to really get freemium gaming into the blockchain. That's
wow, that's good.
Because all of the gaming world is in a freemium model, except on blockchain. Because in other blockchains you cannot do it. You cannot attract mass audiences to it. You cannot do freemium model because you have to pay for every transaction. Okay.
Wow.
Flow with their NBA Top Shots has shown the power of kind of making blockchain behind the scenes, okay, and kind of creating the Web2 type of experience for people, just, and hiding the blockchain behind. So that's a very winning strategy. And we allow that to happen for real games. They can do it for collectibles, but for real games, any game you play, you don't buy the game anymore and then start playing it. You start playing it and then buy stuff in it, right?
You guys heard it first. These guys might become the Epic Games of the blockchain, okay? The Epic Games, Epic is building the metaverse. The whole freemium model is a genius thing. Can you tell me, because I was in the Larva Labs Discord, and some people are always talking crap about punk clones. Oh, this punk clone, this punk clone. You see it on OpenSea, everyone's creating a punk clone. But the Substrapunk is probably the first ever real utility punk from another chain. And I always have to educate people. Can you tell the people about Substrapunks and what it means and what does it, how it differs from all the other clones?
Well, first of all, Substrapunk is not a clone. It is it's a tribute to original CryptoPunks. They've done something amazing. I
Let's
kind
go.
of have deepest respect, and we built the Substrapunks as a demo to the KUSAMA thing said back then. We never kind of intending them to be something kind of super special. We didn't have any master plans or anything. It was a tribute basically, and for us it was a way to show the judges on that hackathon how that the blockchain works and how it works. Okay, but NFTs are kind of a glass of water in a desert for blockchain people. People in the crypto space, most people are not technical, and most people don't understand many things. And when they have something to play with, they love it. They really kind of enjoy that. So, that's basically why NFTs are so attractive to the crypto crowd, at least. In terms of plans for Substrapunks, honestly, we have a lot of ideas on that. But they have become a symbol of NFTs coming to the Polkadot ecosystem, and they were the first ones we created and so on. So we keep them as a symbol for now until we find really cool use cases and really cool dev shops. We're not game producers. So what we want to do is we want to find some good dev shops that can really take it on and do very cool stuff with it. We start kind of by doing simpler use cases as the punk drop to mention. So they basically have become the way of rallying the community because we gave them away to the community. We'll see. We'll see it from there. I mean, they will in the first part be kind of having those not only bragging rights, but they're a symbol of early community. So we will certainly endorse that when we start rolling out things, and that's going to start happening soon. And then we'll see. Maybe it becomes membership club for a card for something or things like that. But the real thing will happen when we start having some serious gamers around. I'm waiting for that.
I love that. I have a 2Trader. I know when I go into the Telegram, people are creating art with it. Lego, I think it's called Spunk Bits. There's just people. That's how you know it's a real community. When people are creating and developing other pieces of art with their art. Shout out to that number one, that blonde. That thing is expensive. I was in there. Someone said that one Substrapunk is going to be worth the equivalent of Manhattan one day, and I laughed. That was very funny to me.
I hope not. Okay, because that would only mean that the Manhattan is kind of degraded a lot, and I like Manhattan.
For sure, who doesn't, right? Are you going to NFT NYC by any chance? Or are you going to be?
I'm planning to, yes.
because I'm gonna be there. I know all the real good alpha and all the good stuff, good information is gonna be spread there. I would love to see you there. Can you talk about Chelobricks? I know that I was airdropped one, and I know the community. If you have questions in the chat, there is questions in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Hustler, Noah, Crypto Hustler 101 is a huge fan. One and only S Punk 3333. Shout out to you, Mr. Lackey. Why did we get Chelobricks for free? Like, that was a very kind thing of the team, and you either love it or hate it. I think more people love the art than hate it, and they're all unique. Some are holding a canary, some are pirates and drunk, some nipples are out. What's the drill with the Chelobricks?
Well, okay.
How you get the name?
It was a weird story. Okay, like many things we're doing, it was very spontaneous. So I was looking to do an NFT drop for Polkadot Decoded. I had a keynote speech there, and it just sounded right. And then I asked our designer maybe less than a week before the event, like, hey, what do you think, about making a one new collection? And I said, I've been working on something. When is the event? I told him, like, I think it was in 6 days. He was like, shoot. And then he and another designer worked like 24 hours for the next few days to draw them up. And Greg, our CTO, kind of also sweated a lot over the whole thing. But they made it in time, and it's basically our designer Evgeny who came up with them. He said, "Well, previously we did pixel art, and a lot of people are doing pixel art. Let's do Lego art. It is something that basically talks about the future of where things are going to go. These nested NFTs, these building metaverses, and so on." It was his thing. So you need to get him on the show to tell you the full story. But as for the names, the name that there was, I know there was a lot of kind of brainstorming in there. But it doesn't really mean much. Cello means a man or a person in Russian, and the brick is coming from Lego construct things. And
Man bricks.
So, but it is a very funky way to say it.
Yeah, I actually absolutely love them. Some people were able to mint 7. I'm not gonna say I did, but it was just a really awesome airdrop, and it literally sold out. I literally saw the Telegram go from like 3K followers all the way to 10K, and yeah. I think you exploring that premium model with Unique is really going to open up the floodgates, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, you got them for free as an airdrop because it was a souvenir for Polkadot Decoded. Okay, that was the meaning. It was given to participants to and okay, not everybody who heard about it from them, but you had to be basically connected to that Polkadot Decoded event in order to hear about it even. So and there's some ideas to kind of we discussed with Parity to kind of use them in the future as voting rights for the Polkadot Decoded is a decentralized event, so people vote for who's going to speak there, and we got great support. I don't know why. Wow. I didn't even lobby for it or anything. We gave that basically as a souvenir, for the event. Those guys are doing an awesome job on conferences. So
nice. Shout out to Stretch 9 said floor of 1 KUSAMA cop. Dude, honestly, 1 KUSAMA, I would get a Substrapunk before I get 1 KUSAMA. All right, it's just a good NFT in your collection for the NFT KUSAMA chain, Substrate chain. Have you talked to Gavin Wood? You and Gavin Wood are like best friends, right? 2 peas in a pod. You guys love each other. What's Gavin Wood like? And do you really believe, like, what is happening inside that ecosystem? If anything new? I know he has the auctions, Parachain.
Yeah, well, no, parody guys, they really know what they're doing. Okay, you can really feel the strength of the ecosystem they have, because they have been around, since early Ethereum days. He was kind of, he was part of the core team. He was CTO there, and he collected around him also a very strong group of people who are really building something, something that's next generation, something that is very different from anything else we've seen around, and they really know what they're doing. And they're doing something very, very difficult. Okay, so when I remember when we started looking at Substrate and Polkadot more than 2 years ago, it took me and Greg like 6 months to really start getting the basics and stuff like that. It's not easy at all, but they're making it easier every day. They started the auctions for KUSAMA, and that's a great thing because everybody's waiting for that. And we are planning to go for those auctions in the next few months, I guess. So we can go live basically with with the help of that.
What in layman's for people that are new here? What do the auctions do?
Basically, auctions are to get a parachain slot, so you can become a parachain, and for KUSAMA and then for Polkadot.
Wow, and I heard that there's a bridge being built right now by the Darwinian network between OpenSea and Polkadot, which something's happening.
Haven't heard about that one. I know they're building a lot of bridges.
A lot of bridges going up everywhere.
Yeah.
It's mechanical
No,
engineers.
they actually came first. Kind of, I spoke with Tony and I think Alex was the second guy. The founders back in August 2019 on the Web3 Summit in Berlin. And back then they wanted to do an NFT chain, and then they pivoted away to the bridge kind of paradigm, so that's when we decided to do a NFT parachain, because nobody else was doing it. They wanted to do it, but kind of they pivoted away. So I was like, maybe we should build it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I wanted to ask you, we got another like 10 more minutes, but I wanted to ask you, depending on your time,
I'm cool.
Are you a collector at heart? Do you collect baseball cards, vintage cars, X-Men toy action figures? Do you not collect?
No, not at all. Actually, on the contrary, I have very little stuff. I am very minimalistic in those terms.
I think a lot of the geniuses in the space, like even CZ, I'm not a big fan of CZ, but he keeps all his money inside Binance, all his money in crypto, and he doesn't even have a house. He's just a nomadic
Yeah, I read about that too. Yeah.
Is that like a theme for a lot of the tech giants in the space? They just, minimalism and.
Well, I don't know about many. I'm just like that. I don't like to get tied to stuff. I like stuff sometimes, but I understand stuff is something, temporary and so on. People are most interesting. People are what's one should be kind of preciously collecting: friendships, family, and community and all that stuff. We shouldn't be about stuff.
Yeah, I look at my chat and someone said he's a scammer. CZ, CZ is all right, guys. Give CZ a break, okay? Jeez Louise. Crypto Hustler, if you guys have any questions, this will be the time to fill them in. I know I've been seeing questions over there on Fada Network. I know Crypto Hustler, you always have questions. Rashard, let me know. Mr. Lackey. Can you explain this term to me that Bruno said from Canaria? I also like Canaria because they're dropping fair drop tokens to the holders of the eggs. I know they just went through their burn, so congratulations on them. But what is art Legos? Like, this term I see is you guys are really stamping this term.
Well, the idea is that comes from this. You mentioned, the NFTs you own are kind of collecting dust, digital dust on your computer.
For sure, they are.
What I would like to see is that crypto art, becomes alive, becomes performance, becomes game, becomes basically alive. Okay, starts doing things, and you start doing things for them. I was on a search for NFT projects where, for NFT art projects, where you actually can somehow, in any way, consume that art. Okay, and I barely found a few. And so what we would like to kind of inspire happening and see happening is the real metaverse, where digital things in there become live and can start doing things. We're already seeing a lot of that starting to happen. Fashion houses are getting in to the game and kind of starting dressing people, and
I've seen it.
there,
Reactive.
yeah, there's you know, virtual reality things are kind of direction is very interesting. You know, things are starting to happen, and we want more of that to happen. We want the your NFTs to stop kind of collecting dust and doing stuff. Okay, so you know, Lego art, Lego, you know, NFTs, the bridges is kind of just a convenient term to use, even though it's trademarked. So you know, we don't want to kind of take advantage of that, but it's basically construction of something more complex than a simple file. Okay, wherever it takes.
Yeah, because I know with will that apply to Substrapunks? Because I think someone asked the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
question,
Oh
what is
yeah.
the
Oh
future
yeah.
of Substrapunks with
Oh yeah.
when that concept?
I you know, I want them to basically be in a live game of, I don't know, shooting or dancing with CryptoPunks and with everybody else. That, you know, that's the kind of uh, the vision I'm having. Okay, I want them to be a part of the real game where people kind of really start using them for the fun stuff.
Wow, it's actually crazy to me when you can when what you guys are doing with emotes and how the Canaria eggs respond. I know it's more Bruno than you, but
Yeah.
they respond to emotes. So just imagine a Substrapunk dancing alongside a CryptoPunk, and whoever's watching can send that emote over to the Substrapunk, and his shirt gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it blows up or rips. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's just super
yeah,
reactive. It's like
yeah.
that type of like, you know, you can change his shoes by emotes. You know, just by live. It'll change live experiences itself.
Hmm. That's exactly what I want to happen. That will happen in like 6 months or a year, you know, depending on you know, complexity of things and kind of what. But that's exactly the direction.
I love that. I love that. Someone asked. I think one more question before we go into the chat. So guys, thank you for all your questions. What does Q4 look like for what you're doing? Q4, Q3, late Q3. What do you got going on in the next couple months?
Well, we are preparing hard for the launch of the KUSAMA unique network. Okay, that one goes first. Now, for us to launch, we need a lot of money for the parachain slot. So you know, we have to be focused on that part, getting that money so that we can get a parachain slot, and a lot of other things that are connected with that. Okay, there's a lot of technical work happening on kind of you know, making the whole chain work in a environment of a live parachain, as a live parachain, because uh, as I mentioned earlier, you know, Kusama and Polkadot are changing all the time, and the challenge is, you can, you know, as a parachain, you can be live in a frozen state, but you know, any changes that happen in the ecosystem can affect us. So there's a lot of testing and kind of troubleshooting and bug fixing and kind of code changes needs to happen for that to live. I mean, a lot. Okay, for us it is a lot. For somebody like, I don't know, for simpler parachains, I don't want to kind of call them names. It's not that hard because they don't have the complexities we have. We have built the NFT palette is probably the most complex palette that you will see around, and it's supposed to interact with EVM, with Ethereum smart contracts, with with Ink smart contracts, and kind of with all kinds of other things.
That is insane.
No, it is. It is. We're doing that. We are preparing the marketplace for launch. It's not far away. We're already testing it with kind of selected.
Do you hear that, guys? The
Yeah.
marketplace is coming. All right. I know you're in here. Victory, Eureka.
Mhm. Yeah. We are. Basically, we did kind of internal testing, and now we're starting to test it with our old-time users and so on to uncover kind of minor bugs or things that are in there. So we're not far away. So a week or so, I would think. But don't take me for my word.
Yeah.
But it's really close. It works well already. But we wanted to look and kind of have all the nice things in there before we launch it. So
That is amazing. That is amazing. I know everyone just jumped for Jubilee inside the chat for that. I know, I have a 2 trader, guys, that I'm really never gonna sell. It's the pigtails, Substrapunk. I'm gonna go and someone asked me why Polkadot over Ethereum for what you're building. I think we covered that earlier. I think he just came in a little late. That's the first question.
maybe, but I can talk about it. Well, we do have Ethereum inside Unique. We have EVM and all that stuff, so you can do everything as in on Ethereum, and then much more. So, but there's like tons of differences, and it is completely, it's really on generational level differences, because we are dedicated NFT chain, and Ethereum is not an NFT chain. It's not good for NFTs. It's good. It is very good for discovery of NFTs as a concept of tokenizing unique assets, but technologically it's not for that, because it's very rigid and, as Gavin likes to say, opinionated. You
got a fork every time.
And NFTs don't like opinionated technology. They want flexibility. So we give them that. You can do a whole lot of things on Unique in a flexible way, the way you want to do it.
Nice. Someone asked unique NFT to the moon. Someone said, yeah, what's up with the unique NFT name controversy? There's not a controversy around that, right?
No, it's not. Okay. Repeat the question, please. Which one?
Someone said, what's up with the unique NFT name controversy?
Okay. That's for the marketplace. We're going to explain it out in the channel very soon. But it's basically we gave it up for community to decide the name, and among the 3 options, we couldn't give a kind of million options.
Yeah, I thought that was the best name. I voted that one.
It is a good fit. Honestly, I think I voted also. I voted also, and I'm waiting for that, because here's the thing. This is a marketplace for our KUSAMA chain. Okay, it's not for the unique network. Okay, it's not it's not for Polkadot. It's for KUSAMA. That's the first thing. Second thing is we built the marketplace not to make OpenSea out of it, the biggest kind of marketplace. Our goal is actually to the contrary. If it's the smallest, if it becomes the smallest and non-existent marketplace in the unique ecosystem, I'll be very happy. Our goal is here to actually inspire others to build marketplaces, to build kind of NFT businesses, galleries, games, all kinds of things. And we're giving them actually the software for the marketplace is open source, free for everybody. So anybody listening, you can freely fork the stuff and make your own marketplace tomorrow. So it's very much like Google bought Motorola to kind of start making phones, not to make the best phone company, but to learn how to optimize things for those that make phones on Android. So that's the best parallel. And for that, we don't need a shiny name. We need the tanky crunky name is perfect fit, because we want others to have better names, better marketplaces. We want to inspire others to build on top.
Mr. Lackey said, yeah, Yukata. Yeah, it sounds something like you would tell your army before the battle. Yukata. That name's crazy.
Okay, it's Yakuta from Russian region Yakutia, which holds the largest reserves of rough diamonds. Okay,
wow,
in the world. And,
see, I learned something.
And it's on the Far East. And you'll actually, when we unveil the branding for our KUSAMA chain, you will understand the connection there. It's kind of wouldn't be fair for me to kind of talk more about it now, but you'll find out then. But sure. No, Yakutia sounds like Yakuza, indeed, verbally. But the idea was connection to the diamonds.
I love that it has some origin diamonds to where you're from. So that's pretty amazing. Taking cultural things and putting it inside your, development. Someone said, "What is your parachain funding strategy?" You want me to call Gary V?
No, it's a very very complicated question, because it is. We are kind of constantly thinking about it and kind of evolving and so on. So the basic strategy is we plan to accumulate enough KUSAMAs in the treasury to kind of lease the slots from that, and those kind of KSM will be in the treasury forever, so that we have enough year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Now, the crowd loans are popular, but actually I think they're very dangerous. They're very risky financial product. So we might use it a little bit, but just a little bit, okay? I don't want to kind of do what Moonbeam has done, kind of 30% of their token for 1 year of a lease. If you do that, then what you do in year 2, maybe you can figure it out, but in year 3, 4, you can be screwed, okay? Crypto markets are very volatile. So if you basically give away 30% of your token for your first year, you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to have very hard time keeping up with that, with the volatile markets. The market's going to go down, your token is going to get trashed, and then you're not going to be able to renew that lease a few years down the road. So we don't want to do that. We will find kind of other ways to decentralize the ownership and kind of support the community, et cetera, but this is not the value creative way. Again, that's basically the plan. We will announce our public sale plans fairly soon. So again, as I said, we want to kind of that to be very close to the launch. Hopefully we do that in September. That's kind of our internal target date for now. We'll see. Maybe, there's so many external things happening and things changing that you never know.
Sure. I know that Roham from Flow, I feel like Unique Networks token is going to have the same impact as Flow has, but for the underground, and it's going to, I'm definitely rallying behind you and everything you're doing. I think I'm really waiting for the token sale. Someone said Darwinian Network and Unique Network partnership? ?
I am still to talk to them. There's so much stuff we have to do that this ecosystem work, basically, we all have to focus. They have to focus on what they're doing to get a parachain slot and kind of go live. We do the same, and so does every other chain in the community. We have been working closely, or kind of are very friendly with many chains because we've been around the ecosystem for 2 more years. We know a lot of people, so we help each other a lot. We talk to each other sometimes with specific help, but right now, the time for everybody is to focus on themselves and kind of get the product launched, and then actually the important, most important things will start to happen when those kinds of collaborations start. But yeah, the Arena guys, I know them again for 2 years now, and I'd love to collaborate on many things.
Awesome. This is the last question. I think it's the most important one. What are you listening to while you're working or coding? Are you a classical music guy? Are you listening to house music? What is on your playlist?
Well, unfortunately, you see my gray hair.
You listen to nothing but the air.
I've mostly stopped doing that. But if you ask me what I'm listening to, lately I'm listening a lot to 21 Pilots. That's kind of a band my son loved, and the kind of I came to love as well.
Shout out to 21 Pilots.
Yeah, I like Bauhaus, which you must know, because it is from the 80s. There are, and a lot of things here and there.
I love that. I love to hear that. Guys, let me see. 21 Pilots, someone said laugh out loud. They're actually a good band, all right? Don't clown the OG here. And who are some of your OGs that you really look up to in the space? If you want to give them a shout out.
Well, so except the obvious ones, okay. I really like the way that Sandbox has created gaming in the blockchain space. So for me, Sandbox is the best blockchain game, and Sebastian, who I'm very lucky to have among our advisors as well. I admire what he has done with that. Let me see. Who else?
Anytime you want to use my land for some Chelobricks, I have an estate next to Whale Shark. All right, we can talk.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I have a secret plan on Sandbox.
The thing about Sandbox that I don't get is that they're always selling land. I need to see some like gameplay. You know what I mean? The like land is a joke where land.
Do you use Voxhole to create stuff?
I haven't, but I know
you should.
Friends of mine.
You should. That's the real thing, because I played a lot of Minecraft with my son, and we wanted to build the telescope, or something like that to look at stars, and we couldn't in Minecraft. It was kind of too difficult. And I think in Sandbox you can do that with that Voxhole thing. So that's the key thing. That should be valuable. And I like what Axie is doing a lot. Gaby is a genius guy, and lucky to have him also kind of as a friend. I hope we're gonna do some great things together as well. So,
are you a fan of Luxo?
Luxo, yes, as well. I actually spoke with Fabian back on the last crypto conference before the pandemic. So this was March last year in the Ethereum community conference in Paris. And that this was before their kind of conceptualizing anything. And I really liked what he's doing with Luxo, and still do. And I really hope we'll cooperate a lot. Making a bridge to Luxo will be kind of one of the things on must to-do list in our roadmap.
Guys, no more questions. I know maybe you have one more in you?
Yeah, no, sure, I'm good.
Troy Boone said, how do you guys plan to compete or work along beside Engine Network?
Well, I have no idea, because I don't know. I haven't seen anything from them yet. They are year and a half behind us, and they're yet to make something. So, I'll know it when I see it. I've seen only the white paper, which by accident is the only thing we don't have. Okay, so and from what I understand, their strategy is to make kind of marketplace and token that you can kind of trade on various networks, which is all nice. But I'm very practical man. I like to see things done. So ask me in a year when they make something.
I love Alexander. You're a savage, guys. It's been a great episode. I need you to channel your inner sensei, Alexander, and give the people some words of advice, something, maybe a nugget of wisdom. A lot of people look up to you. I know it's only going to amplify from here, but what would you like to tell to your network and your people, those that make this stuff possible?
Oh, I'm not the smartest one here at all. So what we are building a unique network for is to become an ecosystem of creators. So and a tool for creators to be more innovative in the space. So basically, if you have any kind of ideas around that, just go for it, and and let us know if we can help in any way. But that's what we are here to do. We're here to build a community of creators and innovators in this space. And I don't have the wisdom; they can do it. You guys can do it.
For sure. Guys, follow the links right there underneath him. That's his Twitter. Alexander Mitrov1, unique underscore
I don't do.
chain.
Yeah, I don't do Twitter. The unique network does. I don't do
exit
Twitter.
out. I wanted to say, in 2016, this is my final thoughts. We were only dreaming of these parachains and just cross chaining, and now 4 years, light speed, it's happening before our eyes. And you're seeing someone like Alexander in the unique network building that. Bruno, shout out to the Remark app. Just Chelobricks, everything that they're doing is stuff that we've talked about in the past, and it's kind of like we're living in the future. It's pretty awesome. I don't take it for granted, and what happens in the next 6 months is going to be crazy. So guys, thank you for joining. All the questions, all the insightful things. Listen to car radio, the engine questions. I'm gonna see you in the Telegram, and thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Sure, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Cheers.
Awesome. If you don't mind, just mute your mic. We're gonna go to the music, and I'm gonna say goodbye to you. Guys, live the dream, eat ice cream, and above all, stay content. Peace.